Okay, well. All right. Let's see. Oh, I won't be able to eat it. I guess just wrap it up and just put it in a plastic bag. Hey, yo, what's up, John? I guess I'm doing good. I was able to catch silver here at the bottom of this pivot. I implemented a I have to take all my setups policy. I almost didn't take this setup, but I had to because it's a part of my trade policy, it's a part of my plan. I had to take every setup I see because I find myself missing out on the good trades because I don't think they'll work, and then sometimes taking bad trades because I assume that they will work and they don't. So I'm taking all trades, all setups I'm taking. And I will say that I was sitting in this thing. It didn't go anywhere near my stop at all, but I was in this trade for like at least like an hour, 2 hours. I got into the trade at 5:52. My target got hit at 7:16, so about like an hour, less than an hour. But it felt like forever though, because it kept rejecting. Because my entry was at 380. My entry was at 380, and it kept rejecting and coming back to my break even before it finally hit my target there. So I guess I'm doing fine. But like I said, that silver did not give me my target easy. And after I get my target hit, I mean, it's still grinding. This thing can actually probably continue to go higher here. Well, I mean, my target already got hit. I've spoken about this probably last year about how I was able to build my way up to being able to hold. So it started off with micros. And in order to be successful with micros, you got to hold the position. There's just no way that you can scalp micros and be successful. And we're not talking about 10 micros that adds up to a mini, or 15 or 20. We're talking about under 5 micros. Under 5. Under 10, but under 5. So I had to make 3 micro contracts on the Nasdaq work. I had to make it work, and that required 100 points. I even turned it into a game. Oh shit, a 100 point Sherm. My first target was at 100 points. I got it in mind, and I said to myself, if I can hold micros for 100 points, just imagine what you can do if you can hold, minis for 100 points. But for whatever reason, when you're in micros, you can easily get like 100 points for whatever reason. But when you're in minis, for whatever reason, they don't work the same. They don't work the same for whatever reason. They don't. But yeah, I told you, K Trader, and I know you was excited and worried about or anxious about getting that payout. But yeah, once everything is approved, it's not it's not Tradeify as Wise. Wise is really fast at paying out. Wise is a really great platform. Honestly, I don't understand why that's not a industry standard. Honestly, I don't know why Top Step, instead of going with Rise, they went with Wise. It must be getting paid on the back end, because like I said, Top Step takes off their percentage and Wise take off their percentage as well. Whenever you transfer money from your Wise account to a bank account, they take off their small percentage. I don't like it, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, it's whatever. He says, Wise is like, we got to get our cut. We got to get our taste. We got to get a little taste of that. But yeah, John, that's how I built up my tolerance. Now, if you're getting into minis, if you trade minis, you kind of have to mentally and emotionally prepare yourself for a potential break even. Now, if you're trading silver, if you're trading minis in silver, honestly, you can take profits at any point, because $25 per tick. 27 ticks is $700. So if you're in profits, you can, if price is above your break even, you can literally take profits whenever you like. So I go for shorter targets. Like I usually go for like 90 ticks on silver. I don't mind 72, but 90 ticks is probably as far as I go, unless I'm really going for like a big move. The most I was ever up on silver was 12K, but I was away from my screen. I wasn't in front of it. I wish I was, but I wasn't in front of my screen. I kind of leave silver because it moves slow. But I guess in that particular night, it crashed and then it got bought back up instantly. And by the time I got back to my charts, the market was already reversing, and yeah, that pissed me off. But with micro silver, if I can have 2 contracts, I'm going for 72 ticks. But because I am forced to only trade with 1 contract, I have to go for 144 ticks to get the same risk to reward that I'm used to, which as I've said in a previous stream, it's a good and bad thing. Now I have to wait for price to come all the way back down into like support, like right here. I have an absolution trade. Now I have to only look for this trade right here to catch a move like this versus before this actually bounced from the level that, like, the pivot. I used to trade the pivot on silver the same way that the pivot works on gold, and not going for the order block trade, but trading the pivot, and you can see that silver actually bounced at that pivot. But if I was looking for more than 144 ticks, I would have got stopped out right there. This right here is just a quick 72. I think this was like a 90 tick or something move. 90 or at least 72. It's at least 72, and I would have got my profit target hit right here. But now that I'm forced to trade with one micro contract, I have to wait for this trade, which I can only focus on this trade, and I can catch this move. So it's a good and bad thing. But trading small and being successful kind of forces you to look for areas that's going to give you the results that you're looking for versus trying to scalp. It kind of forces you to be more patient. Yeah, I mean, Cave Trader, the first time, I mean, they got to get to know you, right? But your payouts moving forward should be really fast. I mean, they don't got your account marked and says, hey, if Cave Trader gets another payout, let's delay him 16 hours this time. Let's delay his payout 16 hours. Because it's just Cave Trader. We don't like that guy. Let's delay his payout. Nah, I mean, the next time you get your payout, dude, it should be quick. Yeah, our boy Cave Trader got paid out, his first payout from Tradeify, following his system. And you only trade. How long did it take you to get that payout, Cave Trader? If you don't mind talking about it. And how many contracts do you trade? I know you trade one, but is there times where you trade more than one micro on the Nasdaq? I mean, at this point, you should know that by now. Two weeks to get paid with one micro. Nice. And here I am looking to get paid in a week. I let my anticipation for payouts get in the way. I really don't know why. I really don't know why. I don't know why I get super anxious. I don't know why. I mean, I act like with each payout, I act like I haven't gotten paid out before. Like, it's like, I get so thirsty for the payouts that I just act foolish when I get close to it sometimes. And it's sometimes it's by pure luck. if I can kind of get away with the foolishness, like trying to like getting anxious, like trying to full port the open and just to get it over with instead of just waiting for my setup. I keep telling myself I won't do it, and then as soon as 5 o'clock hit, I'm doing it. I'm full porting open, hoping to get lucky, so I can just get that last day out of the way. Cause it's just so much emotions to deal with, man. You got your ego trying to beat you up, and it's like, man, you better get this payout, man. You better get this payout, man. You better not miss a move, man. And then shit, don't let me miss a move. Don't let me miss a move. And then I'm being hesitant on, because I really want the payout, and I'll second guess, some of my moves, and trying to be cute with it, trying to, play manipulative, mental gymnastics with the market. You say you do the same thing at the non-daily open. Yo, good shit, man. Good shit. But I'm gonna stop doing that because I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm constantly fighting between wanting to do it right and wanting to get it over with. It's a constant battle, and usually wanting to get it over with usually prevails. So I say, fine, let me just throw on 2 silver mini contracts and just see what happens. And usually the opposite of what I want to happen usually happens. Silver is like, you think it's one way, but it's the other way. Only a few people are gonna get that reference. You think it's gonna go one way, but it's the other way. But I was able to get my target. I'm glad that I was able to profit on this move. I didn't journal this one because I wasn't confident in it at all. I wasn't confident in this move. I didn't want to journal it. I didn't want to document a trade that I didn't 100% believe in, and then I had to look at it. I didn't want to face my failure. I didn't want to face it, so I didn't document this one. I'm working up to documenting all trades, win or lose, but like I said, I wasn't confident in this one, so I didn't document it at all. So I would give myself about 70% on this one. I was able to get my profit target on it. I did follow my setup. I just did not document, and I think if I don't document, I need to at least take like 30 points away from the trade, at least, because the documentation now is just something that I'm. Oh, speaking of that, yo, look at what the NQ did. So remember the trade that we took at the end of the stream, towards the end of the stream, and I had my target right there. It had this cute little number right there, 693. It was a cute target. This was in the practice account though, so tell me why the Nasdaq gets all the way to my target. She misses it by a tick. So I think what happened here is that the Nasdaq thought that I was actually in an account. She actually thought I was in an account. So what she did was I have no clue why that's hard. Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, dude, why is that hard? Anyway, so what she did was she literally missed my target by a tick. She missed me by a tick right there. And after she misses me by a tick, look at how fast she runs to my break even. She comes back down and then she goes right back for my stop. Now, I'm sitting here watching this thinking to myself, this is exactly why I just will not trade the Nasdaq in a funded account. Because this right here, I probably would have scaled into this shit. I would have fought this thing and try to exert my will to force the Nasdaq to go back down to my target. I probably would have scaled into this thing. Actually, it's highly likely that that's exactly what I would have done. But I guess Bogdanov or someone must have called and was like, that's not his real account. It's the practice account. Abort, abort, abort. And then the market comes all the way down and it finally runs through and hits my target after almost coming back and stopping me out. Well, I don't have a I don't know how to use the trailing stop on top step. I haven't taken the time to understand how to use the trailing stop on top step. And when it got down to that target, it instantly bounced up. It's not like it stalled. It just V bottom literally at my target. So, we can't close it after that. I mean, shit. It was right there. I can't close it up here. But it was in a practice account anyway, though. I kind of hate when stuff like that happens. I think we all do. We all hate when that happens. It's just the market just knows where your target is, and it just purposely misses it. Like right here, my target was right here. And it looked like silver was trying to reverse, right? 73,100 was my target. And you can see right there, that candle right there. You see where it wicked? It literally missed my target. It literally missed it the first time. I think the high of that candle was, or it says that the high of this candle was at my target, but you can clearly see that thing did not touch it. You can clearly see that it didn't touch it. 73,100 is saying that the high of this candle was 73,100. That shit did not touch my, it did not touch my, okay, so maybe it did. Anyway, but this candle filled me right here. This one got, I guess it touched my target. It just didn't fill it. And then it pushed down. And I said to myself, no way. This trade was definitely a struggle because it rejected at the 21. It rejected at the 50. It rejected at the 200. And I thought to myself, I was like, of course I took the trade where price rejected at every EMA on the way higher. And I thought to myself, like, man, they're going to probably knock this thing right on down. So I was preparing myself for price to hit my stop. But after the trade was done, I did some self-reflecting. And I said to myself, like, I have a habit of already assuming the worst. Assuming that it'll hit my stop, even though the market did not go, because like my stop was underneath this blue line, like right here, and price never actually came to it. So I was like, well, I guess I have to be more optimistic while I'm in trades instead of being all doom and gloom and stuff like that. Yeah, what's up, Tony Gold? What's up? But all the markets are kind of moving slow tonight. Gold did break out. So actually, let's talk about the Nasdaq because I think this is a great learning experience. This is a great learning experience. Maybe okay. Let me look in the practice account. Where's my drawings at? All right, so as you can see, we marked out the current trading range for the Nasdaq. Remember where the Nasdaq was pushing higher, and we were saying that the Nasdaq was bullish, and I was like, well, before the Nasdaq has to be bullish, it has to break and hold above this high. Now, look at what happened. The market failed to break above it. They failed to take out this range right here. And once the buyers exhausted themselves, now we're seeing price come back into this trade. Excuse me. Now we're seeing price come right back into this trading range. And it does appear that the bulls are making a second attempt to break this high. And if we see a break and a hold, then that pullback potentially into this range right here would be the setup. I would actually take this setup if I sit in front of my desk tomorrow and see that the market breaks and pulls back into this range. I would actually consider a trade here for a continuation trade, or I would consider a continuation trade here at this level. But we all know that the first attempt at a breakout, we all know that most breakouts fail. So a lot of buyers got trapped at this breakout thinking that the market was going to trade above that high. It didn't. I mean, I guess technically it did. It just didn't hold. And now we're trading right back into that range. And look at what happened. Look at what happened when the bears tried to break past this range. Breakouts fail. They were able to pull back to that to the low of that range. We got a rejection, and then the bears got stopped out, and they broke again. And then look at where they're trying to short this thing. They're trying to short it and try to break this range, and the bears just basically get stopped out here. So that's why it's kind of important to understand where the current major high and low is, and that's your current trading range. And you don't want to take trades against market structure, because obviously those trades against structure is highly likely to lose. You don't want to be going long at the highs, and you don't want to be going short at the lows. You kind of want to see how the market reacts here first, and then make your decision. Like if we see the break of structure, like the trade that I like to take is obviously that breakout and then the pullback. You can see that the market broke structure to the downside, and then that pullback into this range right here was the trade. You can see that the range is right there. I mean, the market didn't just randomly dump here. There was a range right there. And I guess this was almost just a 100-point winner right there. So those are the trades that you want to look for on the NQ. It's just I don't know. Like sometimes, well, I guess this is the Nasdaq. Sometimes these trades work very beautifully, and then sometimes you'll get something like this, and then the market's going to swipe all the liquidity, and then a dump. But I guess if I look to the left here, I guess price technically came to this range, and wow, look at that. It literally rejected at the 50% of this range. Okay. But the Nasdaq is at a very interesting is in a very interesting location on the chart. It looks very bearish, but at the same time, it's very bullish too. So we have price rejecting from that high, that failed breakout, and now we have price rejecting back inside the range. We have this range right here where price broke out. We have this range where price broke out, but I guess the question is, does this range hold? I mean, that's the question. Does this range hold? That's the only question with the Nasdaq. I was actually thinking about potentially seeing that the area, if the market would actually go long here. But the market is pretty bearish right now, so I don't know. Or at least it feels bearish. We got gold breaking out. Okay, so gold is actually breaking out. Yeah, so gold appears that it's about to actually break out of its major high. I think I have that drawn out on this chart. Actually, no, it's not that serious. Image. Oh yeah, so Top Step, in the combines, I believe I can now trade 5 micro gold contracts instead of the 1. And for the 100K, I think it's like 10, and for the 150Ks is like 15. It's still heavily restricted. Okay. So the current trading range on gold is actually 978 or 906. All right, so this is the current trading range on gold. Okay. All right, so this is the current trading range on gold. I guess we'll see. We did have price break out of this range. We had price pull back, and then we're seeing the rejection. But now we're seeing the market actually begin to trade a little bit higher here. This leg has broken structure right here. So we have a breaker structure there. We have a breaker structure here. If price can continue to trade higher, we'll see a breaker structure there. And then we also have a breaker structure here. Or not a breaker structure, but we have our swing highs right there. And if price trades above these highs and then breaks, that's what I'm going to be looking for on gold here, is for the market to break out of this range, and then I'll trade the continuation. But I was looking at the gold chart earlier today, and good thing I wasn't in front of my desk trying to revenge trade after gold cheated me twice in 2 separate accounts. I wasn't at my desk at 5 o'clock ready to revenge trade. I just kind of just let the market set itself up, and was able to come back and actually look at the market and find that trade. But I did back test this. I mean, well, I guess technically this wasn't a breaker structure, so I can see why it wouldn't have worked. Yeah, I can see why it wouldn't have worked. I mean, it did break structure, but these are minor highs. If anything, price would actually have to break this leg right here before we see like a little pullback or something like that. It would have to break that leg and this leg right here. You would have to see a break with these 2 swings right here, because these 2 are minor swings. So even though price is breaking out above these highs, these are more like inducements to get buyers to get in, and then they're just going to use their stops to fuel the market lower, as they did. You can see how the buyers got induced after, because they thought to themselves, oh man, it just took out 2 prior structure. And I thought the same thing too, but then I thought to myself, if I would have taken that trade, I probably wouldn't have. But if it would have worked, I would have beat myself up. I probably would have went low key tilt, because I kind of figured that was not going to work, because it wasn't like a real breakout. But sometimes with gold, anything is impossible. You can see that the buyers tried to buy this thing right there. They tried buying it, but then obviously price flushed, swept the liquidity underneath this low, swept buy side liquidity. We got a dump. But then we got these equal lows right here on gold. So we got these equal lows here. So I'm going to be watching. Well, it's going to probably happen overnight. But if you're trading gold overnight, I would definitely pay attention to these equal lows right here, because with this buy side liquidity, all price has to do is dip into it, and we'll see a big move down. We'll see. We'll probably see a breakout trend. Gold loves to do that. Once it breaks out of a range, it likes to trend. The opposite side of the market likes to think that they can get in front of a moving train, the gold train. When if you're a gold trader, I think after like the first 3 times, you kind of figure out that once gold gets going, it's just easier to just to buy like a pullback or a slight pullback, because it's just going to keep on going. It rarely reverses. It rarely reverses, and if it does reverse, it's going to reject and bounce, and vice versa. It rarely goes back in the direction after a breakout. Rarely. A real breakout. Okay. But yeah, that's something that I mean, it kind of shows growth on my part, personally. I wasn't at my desk. I lost a lot of money with gold today. I lost about $3,700 with gold. I didn't have to. I mean, that's the crazy thing. I mean, I didn't have to lose that much money, but I did. I tried scaling into a losing position, and I got liquidated literally at the top of the move, and then it goes in my direction. So I don't know if that was accountability. I mean, that's how it feels like the universe making me accountable for my irrational actions, trying to because I was originally short. It went in my direction, and for whatever reason, the market decided to just push higher, even though I just had a feeling that the market was going to go short. So, and then it turns around and stops me out of another position earlier today. So, me and gold is we're not friends today or tonight. We're not friends at all. And losing that much money in that account, I basically got to start over. It's a consistency account. So I was about 3 more days away from a payout, a 3K payout, and now I have to start over. And believe it or not, it was my Project X account with Tradeify, and as soon as it got switched over to a Tradeovate account, well, there's no more risk settings. There's nothing stopping me from going in and changing the settings and unlocking and re-enabling my ability to trade. There was nothing that stopped me, so I did it, and I paid the price. So now I got to start over. So if push come to shove, I should get a payout at the end of the month if I continue to if I just go back to my plan and continue to follow it. Should get a payout at the end of the month because I have to completely start over. I mean, I guess it is what it is, right? Slow markets, slow markets. Okay. All right. So, I mean, shit, we looked at gold, we looked at silver, we looked at Nasdaq. I'll look at silver. I kind of wish I copy traded this with another account, but it would have been foolish because, like I said, I didn't really 100% trust in it. So, but if I was still in this trade with silver, so my entry was at 380. How much would I be up right now? So I had an entry of 380. If I stayed in this trade, I would be up 412 ticks. 412 ticks, just about. Or actually, no, I'm a little bit off. 404 ticks. 404 ticks. I'll be at 404 ticks. And if I was in on a silver contract, I would be up 10K right now on one silver contract. But I guess what I have to do is I have to see how much, because I would have traded silver with a 27 tick stop. So let me see if I was able to survive this. Actually, I don't even check that anymore. Yeah, I'll still be in this. Yeah, I'll still be in this. Yeah, that's definitely true, Market. That's definitely true. I'm still trying to discover what causes me to do it. Maybe it's like how they say that we have what is it called? There's certain habits embedded in our DNA that would have protected us as cavemen, quote unquote, which I don't know who the hell was living in caves. I don't honestly, if you really think about it, you can't even live in a cave now. So how the hell was our quote unquote ancestors living in caves? You can't live in a cave, not long term. And the air quality, especially if it rains, the humidity, the mold. Like, caves are not clean and dry and shit. They are not clean. So I don't know how the hell anybody was living in a damn cave. But they're saying that, or at least science suggests that, there's habits embedded in our DNA that protects us. And a lot of those habits come out when we trade. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Just the idea of being able to make my own money. And I'm trying to make it as fast as possible, even though I don't need it. I mean, like, dude, my actions and my desires don't match up. Like, dude, I still got my payouts sitting in in my account. Dude, I don't touch it. Financially, I don't need it. It's like a reserve. So it's honestly, when I think to myself, it's like, why do I do certain things? I mean, I guess I can kind of pin it down to, it could be egotistical. I just can't accept the loss. I just can't accept letting things stand the way that they are. I mean, I guess, but I mean, that could be part of it, but that's not the reason. I just don't like it. The job is not finished, I guess. I mean, I need to get back in there and try to get that money back. I need to try to get it as quick as possible. And I keep telling myself that, if you take a loss, just, wait for the next setup and get it back. That shit don't work out that way. I want it back now. And I'm willing to do irrational things to get it back. I'm willing to full port silver on a 50K account. I'm willing to have 4 mini silver contracts to get back the money I lost, plus the money I want to make. I'm willing to do that shit, but I'm unwilling to do it before it's like a last result. It's so crazy that I'm willing. I'm willing to blow it to get what I want. But when it comes to putting on more risk, so I don't actually have to hold trades longer than I would want to hold them, it's an internal battle. Like, instead of just opening up one contract on like gold or something, I can open up 2 and get the money I need in a shorter time. I mean, it's more risk, but when I'm in that state, I can manage it better. But when I'm on tilt, shit, I'll buy the high of a move and full port an account. And not think twice about it, and I would do it just to get what I want. So I mean, it's obviously there's still internal work that needs to be done there's a lot of contradiction that's holding me back right now. And kind of like what you said, Rug Kid, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I kind of need the risk settings to curb my behavior, but at the same time, it does make trading easier. For whatever reason, I'm willing to accept that if I lose and the account is locked out, I'm willing to accept that. I don't try to question it, because I mean, I'm not buying more accounts to get my revenge. But I guess it's because I used all my resources. I tried. It just didn't work out this time. I'll get them next time. And I'm willing to accept that, but I'm not willing to accept taking a loss and I still have money to lose. I'm not willing to accept that. So still have that work to do. And honestly, I mean, when you go into forums, it's crazy like how we all do the same thing. It's crazy. I mean, do we all do this? We all do this. It just solidifies the idea that we're all of one consciousness. We are all individuals, but we all have the same consciousness. We do the same things. Like in the same situations, people tend to do the same things. I mean, these behaviors are not unique to me. Shit, my trading partner does this shit. And dude, it gets to the point to where when I have a bad day, Smith is like, man, I just blew up, man. It's like, dude, it's like not only are we doing the same things, but sometimes we're so in sync that we're doing it at the same time. And it's like, dude, it's crazy that, I'm sitting here thinking about, man, I just, blew not necessarily blew an account, but hit daily, lost it in an account, and I got to start over. But if I didn't have those risk settings, oh, you better believe that account would have been gone. It would have been gone. So I don't have blow up days no more, or at least it's not as frequent as it used to be. But with the risk settings, it's like, okay, fine, fine. I had a really bad day, fine. But at least I still got the account. So it's like, man, I just blew up, man. All right, man. Shit, me too. I had a bad day too. Yep. Yeah. My man cave. And just imagine, everybody had their own cave. There was enough caves for everybody. You get a cave. You get a cave. Everybody has a cave. And then all the caves were just like the Flintstones. It was like right next to each other. So shit, I can go in my cave. You can go in your cave. Yeah, my cave is bigger than your cave. My cave has an indoor pool. What about your cave? That's hilarious. Cavemen. Do we ever question the stuff that we're told to believe? But anyway, everybody get a cave. Okay, well, I do think that we'll probably get a breakout. I don't think. So China, I believe, is on holiday this week. I think they come back next week, and that's why we're not seeing, or for those that like to get in at Asia, at the China Open for the metals. We're not seeing that pop that we usually see in that price action in the metals because China is on vacation, on holiday actually, until next week. It doesn't look like they was on holiday yesterday during yesterday's session, but this session compared to this, I mean, shit is night and day. I mean, well, the session, basically started, but you had all this price action in this time frame where shit, the market is barely moving right now. We do have FOMC minutes. Yeah, last night was wild though. Yeah, it was. Closed all unfilled orders. Well, the market is not really moving. I was able to capture the one opportunity to make money tonight on silver. I would have got stopped out on gold. And let's see what the Nasdaq is doing. Yeah, the Nasdaq is still chopping around, not necessarily doing anything. Wow. Wouldn't that been interesting, huh? Wouldn't have that been interesting? I thought about getting a Lucid account, but man, Creativate needs to come out with their risk settings. They need to come out with their risk settings. Top Step is too expensive, so I'm gonna have to maintain these accounts that I got now. They're just too expensive. So I'll probably get 2 more 50K accounts to trade. 2 more. But honestly, I want to get 2 more accounts and use the discount. I want to, but because they put restrictions on silver and gold, that's usually how I pass these things really quick. My only option would be to trade Nasdaq, but Nasdaq can be pretty nasty. And then I need to catch a big move. I need to catch a big move. Or either I need to catch a big move on a light position, or I have to get. Mm. I still don't understand why Top Step is blocking copper. Copper does not move. Let me look at this again. Copper does not move. I don't understand why they blocking copper. This thing took all day to do this. This thing started at 9 o'clock and it finished its rotation literally at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock the next morning. Copper is not like that. To be restricting it. Shit, if you traded copper this day, it literally traded in a tight range, a defined range the entire session. We got the breakout the next session. And I think copper is only like, the minis are like $12.50 a tick. Yeah, I know, but it was mostly silver and gold, not copper. Well, I'm not saying that you can't make money on copper, but there is nobody was making 100K on copper. Nobody was getting big payouts trading copper, dude. No. I was trading copper. It almost replaced gold, actually. And copper took the entire session to make a small move. I can understand why it was blocking silver and gold, especially silver. If you go into the metals chat, dude, people were rocking 100K P&Ls, man. 6-figure P&Ls with silver, with all the volatility, being able to full port it. 6-figure P&Ls on silver. Nobody was flashing any copper positions. Nobody. So they must be looking at data that obviously, I guess all the copper traders was keeping their P&Ls to themselves, because no one said, hey, I just made 6 figures on copper. I just made 10K on copper. Everybody's screenshot was silver and gold. Yeah, I think that's probably what happened, dude. He was just hanging out with the wrong crowd and just got clumped in with the bunch. Just got clumped in with all of them. Even though gold was my only thing with gold, I'm kind of glad that gold kind of slowed down. My only thing with gold is that because it moved so much, it was just hard to keep up with the current trading range, because it would form a trading range. It will break out from that trading range and just keep going. So I don't know. I would actually have to kind of go back a couple of sessions to find the trading range, project that range into the future, and see how the market respond, because it's very important to understand where especially on gold. I see that gold actually, for obvious reasons, gold kind of trades very similar to Forex. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. But it's gold kind of respects market structure, or like that market maker model to the T. If you watch a market maker video and then you start trading gold, you'll see the similarities. I see the similarities. That current trading range, that current swing high and swing low, I find that it works on everything, especially silver and gold, but gold especially. So I had to kind of make sure keeping up with it, and it's just moving so much. So I just kind of got tired looking for it and keeping up with it. That's why I kind of moved away from gold. But now that gold has kind of slowed down, I can kind of keep up with it now. But gold kind of does the same thing. If you know where that order block is and you see that pivot, I mean, gold's been bouncing at that pivot for the longest. It's like an easy trade. It's like a gimme trade now. So I'm always looking for that trade. I kind of hope gold stays that way. I'm kind of getting used to it. I kind of hate the fact that I've wasted all of those opportunities because I was trading at the order block, waiting for the order block trade when that pivot swing was working consistently. I just didn't trust it because that pivot is so close to the order block. It can bounce at either one, but there were times where price would come back to the order block, but then for the most part, it always bounced at that pivot. So that's where I trade now. I don't even look at the order block trade anymore. It literally took me an entire year to get comfortable with that trade. If I'm gonna be completely honest, no. 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 Now that silver has slowed down, the order book is just let me just show y'all guys a screenshot. It's so trash right now. I don't even look at it anymore. It's just trash. So this is what Bookmap looks like now for silver. It's trash. I mean, shit, the CME definitely got what they wanted. And they increased the margin so high that they're not able to afford to be in a silver position. Right now, well, I mean, in this contract, I guess is about to roll over in the next 6 days. So maybe that could be it. That could be it. But I'm not going to switch over to the next contract until Top Step does, and then I'll switch over to the next one. But I mean, you can see that only 15,000 contracts is being traded in micro silver, and only 4,000 contracts is being traded in the minis. I mean, that should make sense, right? Gold has I mean, that's pretty normal for gold. I guess that's pretty normal for the Nasdaq overnight. It's pretty normal. Yeah, no, man. Nobody can afford to trade silver anymore, so the book is crap. For whatever, well, I never really found Bookmap for the Nasdaq to even be helpful. Liquidity gets, I mean, you can see the liquidity sitting on the book on Nasdaq, and we do appreciate Alex for providing Bookmap with all the bells and whistles that he does for the Nasdaq. But I mean, shit, how often do we see the liquidity on that gets eaten through? I mean, we'll get a reaction after it swipes all that liquid. I guess it's good to know where the liquidity is, where people are placing their orders, so you can kind of plan around that area. But we know it's rare that we see the market react perfectly at those liquidity areas. We see the market eat through it first, and then we'll see the reaction we're looking for, or it'll miss the liquidity because it's being spoofed. So it's trying to manipulate buyers or sellers to keep buying and selling until it gets to that area. And then it completely reverses before it gets there. I'm trying to remember. I haven't used Bookmap with gold. Trying to remember. Actually, let me pull up a gold chart. Not like I can't. It's not like I can. Because I only play for COMEX data. So let me look at so gold. So what is it, like J for gold right now? Yeah, so it's like J for gold. J26. That's interesting. Oh my God, that's horrible. Yikes. Yikes, that's horrible. Got it. All right, so this is what it looks like on gold. I feel like Bookmap will probably work best for the ES. If you're an ES trader, Bookmap is probably, I mean, every single order flow tool works best. Everything works best on the ES. I don't know why. I don't know why. What makes it, well, I guess it is the most, the S&P 500 does have 500 companies, I guess. But anyway, this is what gold looks like. You can see the liquidity is just kind of everywhere. I mean, I guess you can kind of, like I said, you can kind of plan around the areas where you're seeing the liquidity at, but I mean, you can see that all these orders got ran through. Everybody that was short at 928. Well, I bet they're hoping that they're not short at 928 no more. They probably got stopped out because price is 10 points away from their short entry, or unless people were taking profits here. So it doesn't matter. There were sellers here, and the market is going higher. So, if you were planning on purchasing Bookmap, if I can go back in time and get my money back, I would. I'm not happy with my product, with the product that I purchased, but I'm not going to pass up a lifetime. I'm not happy with it right now. But I have it for the rest of my life. So, I guess I'm not going to complain about it. I may not use it now, but I could potentially use it in the future. So I guess it's better to have it and not need it, and then need it and not have it, right? Yeah, this book map is horrible. Okay. Well, I kind of have a feeling that we're going to see gold trade higher tomorrow. Well, actually, that does make sense. We do have inflationary data coming out tomorrow. We have the FOMC minutes being released tomorrow. So we're definitely going to see how the market reacts to that. I think Powell has made it very clear, though. He's not willing to work with this administration at all. Yeah, so we have FOMC minutes being released tomorrow. We do have a lot of Fed speakers coming out tomorrow as well. Actually, no, we have Fed Bauman. Actually, let me take that. I thought I saw a bunch of Fed speakers tomorrow. Thought I did. Or maybe I was probably looking at Thursday. Yeah, we have a lot of Fed speakers on Thursday. Okay. And then on Friday, we have what? Isn't OPEX this week as well? I think we have some more inflationary data. So we got Fed Goolsbee speaking, and he's supposed to be hawkish. Fed Barr, hawkish. Or this has already happened, and their speech was okay. They're saying that it was hawkish. Okay. Yeah, so we got some core PCE. We all know that this is the favorite tool that the Fed likes to use to gauge inflation. So the markets is definitely going to be paying attention to that. Definitely. Congratulations on that, K Trader. Well, shit, it's not hopefully you get it. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. You'll get it. Don't be like me and get all irrational because it's your last day. That's why I try to hide when it's my last day, but I'm too smart for that. I can't. I'm not going to trick myself because, you know, low key in the background, I'm keeping up with the amount of days that I'm trading. And then it's like, oh shit, I'm on my 4th day. I just need one more day to get paid out. Yeah, it is, man. It is. It is. You know, as I was walking home from the gym today, I randomly thought about, you know, the opportunity that we have. I know we take it for granted, but remember when prop firms first came out and everybody was skeptical about if they were going to pay out or not? Do you know that, or let me say it like this, are you aware that these programs, these evals, these combines, whatever these firms wants to call them, did you know back in the day, people actually killed to be in a position that we were in? Being able to trade at a prop firm was definitely a privilege that not too many people got. Not too many people got the opportunity to be able to trade somebody else's money. Obviously, because isn't it interesting? It's the same thing. It's just now that the availability is increased, it means like the meaning of it is now gone. You would have to know that being a prop trader was actually a a high honor. Now it's like, shit, you're a prop trader? Shit. What time does the casino open? Shit, we're gambling, baby. We're full porting at the open, baby. You know, I kind of want to remind myself about that. I want to remind myself that if I just stop fucking up, man, if I just stop fucking up, I can go so far with this, and maybe that's why I'm doing it to myself, because we can go so far with this, and we can keep going. We don't have to stop, and we don't have to think about it. We can just keep going. You know what, Cave Trader? I think that's probably the best thing to do. I think that's the best option. For me personally, when I find myself with too many accounts that I have to perform in, I tend to blow accounts purposely. It's subconscious. Obviously, I don't want to blow an account that I paid good money for. But subconsciously, it gets to the point to where it's like, man, we just have too many accounts. So we have to get rid of it. We have to get rid of some. And those are the accounts that I take high risk trades. Either it's going to work or it's not. I'm not buying any more accounts until, like you said, I have none. The pressure never ends, man. The pressure never ends. The pressure to perform never ends when you have multiple accounts. If you're not copy trading the accounts and you're trading them each individually, it's like, okay, so I got paid in this account. Now I got to do it all over again in this account. Now I got to do it all over again in this account. And it just gets to the point to where it just becomes too heavy over time to try to perform in all of your accounts if you're not going to copy trade them. My next milestone in my trading career will be to copy trade accounts. Kind of like doing what I'm doing now. Probably copy trade 2 accounts with small size, maybe 1 or 2 micro contracts, but I'm trading it across like maybe 2 or 3 accounts. Yeah, that is true. Lucid Lucid allows you to swing trade your live account, which is pretty cool. So if I become a live trader with Lucid, I wouldn't be too angry about that, being able to swing, but yeah, copy trading 2 at a time. Yeah. I guess I just hate the idea of if I have a bad day, then that means I have a bad day across accounts. But if I'm copy trading, I'm definitely going. I mean, it'll be on Top Step, or well, it'll be on a platform that has risk settings that I can lock and that I can't circumvent, and I don't have to pay $80 a month for. Because I mean, I guess I could buy the software for $80 a month, but why the hell would I do that? All right, well, all right, let's just do one more sweep, and then I guess we'll call it a night here. I guess we'll call it a night. I mean, the markets was pretty slow tonight. Uh, like I said, it was a slow night, slow market tonight. Couldn't get really anything going. If you didn't catch that move on gold and silver, and then I mean, it's probably better to come back tomorrow. The Nasdaq basically didn't do anything. Oh wow, I stand corrected. Stand corrected. And I can do the, that's what it is about the Nasdaq, man. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate it so much, man. I just don't trust the good moves. I was considering getting in, but I was like, it might go lower the way that it's looking, but of course it's gonna go higher. So. Honestly, I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into Motor Wave, and I appreciate it, John. We show up to work every day, unless something happens, but we show up. I'm gonna show up for you guys. But all right, guys, I'm out of time for this session. I do appreciate everybody that joined me tonight, though. I always do. I will definitely come back tomorrow morning, and I will definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and keep on.